Hello everybody, welcome to Hate Rebels gaming channel. This is part 1 of the WatchGuard faction. So I thought I would jump in the community and make some content about this beautiful game. And one thing that I noticed people were not doing was reading out the very interesting stories made about the characters. So I wanted to start off with the WatchGuard faction. So we're going to start with Camille. Now, you get her, I think, immediately when you start playing the game, basically. She's your first healer. Embracing the light. One may curse the dark or light the torch until the path is clear. Excerpt from the Holy Light Chronicles, Volume 4. Not all privileged enough to study magic in the halls of the spiraling white tower were born with silver spoons. Camille, dubbed light-blessed by her peers, was born in a small, destitute fishing village on Taya's southwestern shore. Her parents noticed her affinity for magic very early on, when she astoundingly healed a wounded stray dog by emitting a soft light from her palms. Wanting better for Camille, her father used his modest savings to ferry her to the White Tower and appeal to its powerful mages to take her on as an apprentice. At first reluctant to admit the poor village girl, the mages were dumbfounded when her palms glowed brighter the closer she came to the tower. They knew that not only was she extremely gifted, but that her powers would need to be honed if she were to ever use them for good. Her father bade her a tearful goodbye, and Camille's tutelage began. The years went by with Camille learning to harness her gift as she grew into a promising young priestess of the Holy Light. When she requested leave to see her parents, an elder mage regarded her with sad eyes as he explained their village had just been raided, her parents slain. Grief-stricken and mourning the ones who sacrificed everything for her, Camille conscripted a small band of mages to track the responsible marauders and bring them to justice. When they finally caught up to the murderous fiends, it took all of her resolve and training not to use her gifts for violent retribution. Instead, she and the mages captured the rogue band and brought them back to the White Tower, where she vowed to help them see the light and heal their tainted souls. Camille! Oh, poor thing. I just want to help people. Okay, I played cleric in D&D basically 100% of the time. It's a personality trait, okay? It's fine. I understand you, Camille. I get it. I'm with you on this one. Okay, now we're going to go into Niro. And yeah, he's a mage. You get him pretty early on as well. I don't really remember using him too much. Roots of Fire. A wizard born in the White Tower, adept at fire spells. When he was young, Niro fell in love with an elf girl, and they had a daughter named Soleil. His wife died in childbirth. Niro endured his grief and raised Soleil on his own, teaching her how to control her powers. When Soleil grew up, Niro took her into the No Man's Desert in search of the legendary long-lost shrine of the wizards, the Desert Wanderer. So, aw, cute. They're both in the WatchGuard faction, but I mean, this is her right here. She's an epic. She's a little bit better than her dad. She's a little stronger. Oh, she does have little elf ears. So cute. Okay, we're gonna go on to Rex. Gathering the WatchGuards. Peace is not an end to conflict. It is the presence of justice. General Rex. I think that's basically what he says when you summon him. For justice! Born into a powerful political party of the Masoon Empire, a man now known as General Rex is highly revered across Taya. While the expectation for him was to become a wealthy noble lord, Rex's chief focus in life was to protect the common people. As such, he denounced his nobility to enlist in the army and climbed the ranks to general. When the Masoon Empire triggered what many perceived as a pointless, greed-fueled war, Rex was furious, but ultimately powerless to stop the unnecessary bloodshed. He defected from the army to avoid playing a role, and as a result was pursued into the desert by a Masoon detachment before they gave up, believing the harsh, arid climate would spell his doom. Determined to press on and discover new purpose, Rex trudged through the desert, constantly teetering between life and death. One day, and to his ultimate surprise, the ground began to shake beneath his feet. He feared he was being swallowed by some great beast lurking beneath the sand, but was met instead by an ancient race of peaceful sand golems. Sensing goodness within the former general, they allowed him access to their ancient city and granted him strength of the desert itself. Grateful, Rex repaid their kindness by creating a new order, the Watchguards, inviting just heroes from all across Taya to join him in the desert. With the golem's help and permission, members of the Watchguard constructed a great fort amongst the dunes that would serve as their base. For years, General Rex bolstered the ranks of the Watchguards, intent on nipping injustices across Taya at their roots. Tragedy struck when Rex left with a small platoon to recruit fresh muscle for the order. When he returned to the desert, he discovered that the Masoon Empire had completely decimated the Watchguard's fort, even slaughtering countless sand golems. His guilt immeasurable, Rex has vowed to avenge his fallen comrades and the gentle golems by rebuilding the Watchguards and continuing the fight against injustice. His eyes are fixed firmly upon the horizon where the Masoon Empire awaits retaliation. Well, Rex, you started the whole faction of the Watchguards. You're the guy. We have Eona. We got Eona. I don't want to do that. I don't know why I did that. Can't escape time. For those scared of death, there is perhaps nothing more terrifying than time itself. And for this reason, the name Eona is shrouded in terror as an agent of time, a manifestation of the natural order of time made physical by the gods. She is a guardian compelled to maintain balance in life, ensuring the seconds pass smoothly, and like all in the Hall of Eternity Pantheon, the natural order of Taya is respected by all. Eona is ultimately responsible for overseeing time and that none cheat it or escape its inevitable deadly conclusion. Like the face of a clock, she monitors time behind her mysterious mask, but it's not time itself. Nonetheless, the finality of death as part of time inspires terror for many, yet it is not her they fear, but the order she guarantees. Her calm and almost uncaring demeanor mirroring the uncaring universe. Eona is naturally gifted with powerful magic and has an unsettling power over the passage of time. Understanding the secrets of its relentless march, secrets as mysterious as what is truly behind her mask. As with the other gods, it is not known what Eona's exact origins are, but it is traditionally believed she was manifested by the gods of the Hall of the Eternity Pantheon to regulate time, ensuring it was balanced like light and darkness to prevent chaos from mortals who dared try to escape time and death. The tale of her first victim is legendary. Once, many eons ago, an elf by the name of Malwyn realized he was destined to die, but tried to cheat death. Attempting to hide from time in a magical fortress below a mighty mountain and letting no one inside, overstaying his natural life. Yet nothing could keep out time, and as chaos stirred, Eona was compelled by nature to maintain balance, slowly forcing open the fortress's magical doors and exposing Malwyn to the face of time, causing him to fall dead as she reclaimed the hours he had stolen. She turned his heart into a jewel she calls the dignity of time, a memento of those who dare defy the natural order of the gods. Ever since, Eona has been seen as a sign of the end of life, the inevitable conclusion that comes for all those in Taya who try to escape time and the gods. Who will Eona come for next? Creepy! I dig it. I don't even have her yet. I don't have her, which is kind of crazy. She's very cool. I dig her. I dig this creepy story. And I want to know where the jewel is. Oh! Oh, hey! I was making a joke by turning her around, but look, there's I believe that's probably Malwyn's jewel hanging from her tush. Now for one of my favorites, and I think most people's favorites, and we can admit that she is almost legendary. And to be honest, I'm a little bit upset about the skin that they have out for her, because I think she's perfect and badass the way she is. Let's read her story. Against the odds. Oi, she devil elf, I comes back from a piss and a half and the clan's got arrows in their throatses and their gutses on the grounds. Gronkbar Urgelfist, orc survivor of the Wildwoods Rescue. A household name among the elves, Idril the Wildwood Ranger is possibly the most venerated archer in Taya. Don't let her appearance fool you. Despite her youthful vivacity, Idril embodies centuries of elven wisdom, a walking almanac of her people's tribulations. When she was just a child, Idril's father had wanted her to train in the arts of healing, believing the craft would keep her from the front lines of any conflict and generally garner her more respect among their people. Naturally, this caused her to seek out conflict herself, resulting in the fracturing of many a young elven male's noses. It wasn't until she sniped a goblin staking out her village from 300 yards away with her father's bow that her gift for marksmanship was discovered. At 8 years old. She honed her craft quickly, leading elves twice her age on scouting parties as a teen, and making quite the name for herself. Then the Wildwood Rescue occurred. On a routine scouting mission, Idril's party of 4 stumbled upon an entire regiment of orcs who made camp in a hidden copse of the forest. Though her companions wanted to turn back for reinforcements, Idril noticed a captured human family amongst their ranks. Aware of the sort of foul fate awaiting the innocent captives, she bolstered her men and dug in a defensive position, letting fly a volley of arrows that cut through the air like low-flying comets. Though caught off guard, the orcs rallied quickly and honed in on the elves' position, advancing with berserk fury. Vastly outnumbered, the elves retreated and fired incessantly, pulling arrows from one fallen foe just to reuse them on the next. Idril herself claimed the lives of 17 orcs that bloody day, and in the end not one of her party were injured beyond superficial scratches. For her bravery, she was offered an advisory role on the Elven Council, which she turned down, preferring the open air to politics. The refusal garnered her even more fame. Idril has trained many renowned warriors over the years and is regaled as a symbol of justice among the elves. Despite her old age, she remains ready to answer a righteous call to arms at a moment's notice. Idril! She is so cool, and she's so tough and awesome and very, very cool. And I love her outfit and the whole design of her. I think she's really cool. So I think she's one of the best ones in the game. Aveline, a defender. I used her for quite a while as well. She was pretty good. She can hold off quite a few people. The Untamed Plains. Beyond a fanatical warrior like all female centaurs are, Aveline has a deep distrust for males. What offends her even more is anyone from another race stepping in to Centaur's territory. She is a fierce heroine when fighting and always rushes into enemies without hesitation. She has 4 strong hoofs and can easily kill a calf with one kick. Centaurs are said to be the descendants of divine horses, so they can revere horses and detest the nomads who use horses as mounts. Okay, so she doesn't have quite as interesting of a story than some of the other ones, but that's okay. So that's the first part of the Watchguard faction, and I just wanted to say that I think that this is really interesting, and I like that they all have stories. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Kate Rebel. Bye! And they had a daughter named Soleil, who's also here in the game. Tragedy struck when Rex left with a small platoon to recruit flesh muscle. Not flesh. Flesh muscle. I'm tongue-tied. This is a crazy story. I can't even speak straight. She-devil elf! I comes back from... Oi! Oi!